All right, we are back and we are live. Thank you. This is In Other News. I appreciate you hanging with me. I'm your host, Mike Russell, and I am now old. Yeah, I am. I'm now an old man. So I turned 50 over the weekend and had an amazing weekend with amazing people. And I appreciate your well wishes, and I love you guys for it. And thank you. So I turned the big 50. And I like it. I think it's cool. I think being 50 is a cool, just kind of lends you a little bit of the credibility. You know, I don't know, he's 50. He survived this long. They tried to kill him, and he just he's alive. So, yes. And not he's alive like he is risen kind of thing, but he's alive. Let's get to this. Somebody who's not alive, and that is Pope Frankie. Pope Francis is deed. The official announcement has been made. His cause of death was a stroke. If I sound cold, if I sound like I don't care, it's because I don't care. Until the Catholic Church gets its act together, acknowledges what they've done, what is still being done, and raping little boys, I don't care. You can act as if you are right next to God, like you got the direct line, like you guys got a little messenger chat thing going on, you and God, and turn a blind eye, act like nothing's going on in your church. I don't care that Pope Francis, I don't. He came out, and I remember Carrie Dozer and I got a shirt for Rob Hunter that said the Pope is dope. Because this guy came out swinging. This guy came out like, hey, listen, we need to make some changes. And like, okay. Then he fell right back into line with just being the damn Pope. Running around, waving at people. I saw a video of one lady like trying to like please pray for me, kind of like grabbed his hands, and he smacked her hand away and walked away. I'm like, damn. Then Pope Frankie just went right back to being there. Until the Catholic Church gets its act in order, I do not care. But now all the pomp and damn circumstance all around the world, and look, I'm not ripping Catholics by any stretch of the imagination. Am I ripping Catholic? The Catholic Church is what I'm ripping on. And I can say a ton about all those peeps that just showed up for their 1 out of 2 times that they go to church every weekend. Yesterday on Sunday, Easter and Christmas Eve. Okay, right on. And when you have to go because like your neighbor's kid's being baptized or something like that. Because the Christian church, the seeker churches, all that, the business churches need some serious reform as well. So I'm not just picking on this, but I mean the headline of the day is the Pope is dead. So we go through all this fawning and all of this, what decision and the odds making, and I'm sure there's going to be a ton of different who's going to be the next Pope, who's going to be the next Pope, who's going to be the next Pope. I'm sure they'll go with some. I can almost damn well guarantee ain't gonna be a white dude, but they will get it. They because they have to start somewhere, I guess. But the Catholic Church is jacked up. It's jacked up, and the sad thing is they have such a devout, awesome following. I mean, there's a Catholic church up by my house. The road was closed in front. The road was closed in front of the damn Catholic church on Sunday because there was just so many people pouring in there. The Catholic Church has a amazing following. They have craptastic leadership. They have rapists in their ranks, and they want to do nothing about it. Nothing about it. Oh, you throw my hat. Do it, Brendan. Yeah, the Pope Brendan. What would your your papal name be? Because there's one guy who is basically saying, I will basically expose everything that we've done, and we're going to make this right, and we're going to stop it. It ends here. It ends with me. It ends with this Pope. Younger guy, too. Seems like he has his act together. And I'm going to tell you this. Pope business, I like that. Pope business the first. Yes. They got to pick this guy. Because no matter what he changes his papal name to be, his last name is Pizza Balla. I'm sure it's like Piazza Balla, something like that. But Pizza Baller is his name, Pizza Balla. Hell yeah. Like Dave Portnoy called and goes, you need to get that name, like lock it down now, Pizza Balla. Holy, yeah. As Yoda might say about the Pope's death, rats ask if I don't. Nice, Derek. Thank you. But yeah, so but this guy's named Pizza Balla. Pizzaballa. Pizza Balla. Hell yeah. If he becomes and names himself, Pope Gertrude the Seventh, I don't care. Yes. Happy Monday. What's up, James? I hope you had a great Easter weekend too, my friend. Much better than Pope Francis. I kid. But I mean, what kind of a look is that? I mean, we can talk like grown-ups here. What kind of a look is that the Pope, the man who they claim is right, him, God, him, and the Lord. And he's like, sure, I know we did bad things. What? And is it bad? Poperoni. Sweet baby Jesus, that's funny. Anyway, well, what does that say? I'm not going to make it right. I'm not going to make it right. What does that say? What does it say about all the crap of the Catholic Church? What does that say? Here I am, older and more distinguished, Mike Rose. Yes, correct. Yes, no. 50 years old, 50 years of age. Mm-hmm. Well, now that I got you all here, I think everybody's here. Everybody's getting here. Well, we'll talk about Robbie's card in a minute here. But there is a man who I'm going to play the interview with him that they're saying is going to kind of shake some things up. But again, we thought that of Pope Frankie. Pizza Balla wants to take on the child abuse nonsense. He wants to eradicate that. And you got my vote right away, champ. Then there's this guy. Because remember when Pope Frankie turned his back on the United States and said, no, they should allow all migrants in. It's godly. Then if you set foot illegally into the Vatican, it's a 15-year minimum sentence in prison. In Vatican prison. Mm-hmm. This guy said Western civilization is dying, and that's basically his mission. Check this out. Hello.
Qu'est-ce qui vous inquiète?
No worries.
Vous savez, la plus grande inquiétude, c'est que l'Europe
going down.
Ne veut plus ou a perdu le sens
has
de
lost
ses
the
origines.
sense of its origins.
Il a perdu ses
It's lost its
racines.
roots.
Or,
Radical.
un arbre qui n'a pas de racines
That root dies.
meurt. Et j'ai peur que l'Occident meure. Il y a beaucoup de signes. Oui, beaucoup de signes. Pas plus de natalité. Et vous êtes envahi quand même par d'autres cultures, d'autres peuples
This
qui vont
progressively dominate you by their numbers.
et
Completely
changer
change your culture. Amen, brother.
vos
Your
convictions.
convictions, your values. God, this is fantastic. Yep. If he weren't talking like he is 192 years old, I'd be all about this dude. I'd be all about it. But again, now we have just weeks of going through this. So, wait for the smoke to be, which always reminds me of Euro Trip, which is one of the most underrated movies of all time. I think it's one of the funniest movies of all time. When they lit the Pope hat or something like that on fire, and they throw it in the thing, and the smoke comes. We have selected a new Pope. Oh yeah, but the tinfoil hats are all over. Oh hell yeah! I heard something about JD Vance was there, and I'm like, oh yeah, they sent the vice president assassin over to the. Come on, guys are nerds. Let's talk about Catholicism and Nazism in World War II. I don't really know the correlation, but yeah, I'll look it up, dude. Yeah, send me some. This is where I left my car. You got a little something right here. Yeah. Now I told him take a donkey in the tradesman entrance and lick me yard bulls. It's like you guys are taking swearing to a whole new level. Anyway, God, Brennan, that's why we skipped this month, and I'm sorry we did that. You were supposed to be our guest host this guest co-host this month. We'll do it in May. Second Tuesday of May or first Tuesday. We'll work it out. We'll get it together. But this might be the most off the rails show we do. God, the two of you and the two of us with our sick sense of humor and crazy knowledge. Rob Hunter gave me this card for my 50th birthday. This is from Rob Hunter. Pay attention, you guys. Got to lean in on this one. This is the serious stuff going on here. Okay. I will read around the parts. I'm going to completely bury the lead. But this is what Roberto said to me in the card. It says the card itself says, have a shaking, quaking, rocking, shocking, stomping, chomping. So fun. It's amazing 5th birthday. At the very end, he says, here's to, let's see, it says, since you were 50, let's act like we're 5-year-olds. All right. Well, Lynn, I can't exactly look it up right now while I'm on the show, champ. I was just saying, if you have a link, man, send it to me. I'll read up on it. Yeah. There's a lot of things the Catholic Church is hidden. It's not like you can Google everything you need to know about the Catholic Church. Not your judge. It says one eyes on the, yeah, here you go. All right, here we go. It says, big bro, happy birthday. A milestone for the best big bro ever. 2 things for your big day. I'm not going to read the first. I'm going to read the second. Let's grab a weekend, do some big bro, little bro shit, Flagstaff River, etc. Also, since you were 50, let's act like we're 5-year-olds. And at the end, he says, here's to buying guns in parking lots. If you did not know that, I facilitated a sale between our friend Cooper and Rob in the parking lot after about 3 pitchers of beer. I have the picture. I actually have to pull it up. It's somewhere. It's years ago, just like probably 8-9 years ago. And it was like Cooper's handing him the firearm, and Robbie's handing him the cash. Rob's got a Biggie Smalls t-shirt on. And we were like, we need to stay here for a little bit because we ain't driving. Yeah. Anyway, so that was a good one of our best memories. Anyway, so you all know, pay attention. Here we go. This is what Rob said as number 1. He said 2 things for your big day. Number 1 is, and if you guys are cool with it, let's make it happen. He said, let's bring the bromance back. You guys down with that? If you guys are down with that, we're going to try to make it happen. Of course, there's some things that need to be fleshed out. How we do it, when we do it, all of that. But Rob has reached out and said, let's bring the bromance back. Bromance it is. So let me know what you guys have. If you guys have any ideas for a rebirth of the bromance, a resurrection, so to speak, of the bromance. Okay. All right. See, appreciate you down there, Rhonda. Appreciate you. And give me some ideas what you guys think would be a cool way to. My first thought was we stay completely away from politics, because that Rob's just, and I think that Rob would be down with that too. And we just do like, our normal talk like we normally do. We just talk about the way we talk about things. Yeah. Like a story that I saw that was crazy that I was like, I will save that for the first episode. Check this out. Wannabe G.I. Jane sues Navy over her dream of becoming first female SEAL comes crashing to an end over age. She's basically suing the Navy because she's too old to be a Navy SEAL. So she's claiming age discrimination. I'm like, that's got Robbie and I written all over it. Good Lord. Yeah. Yeah, that's what this show's for. I'll do the politics. Robbie and I'll do the life stuff and make fun of each other and be. What I don't want it to be, because I do want to bring the bromance back. I really do. Rob and I go together like bagels and cream cheese. I don't want to take it too seriously. I just want it to be fun. I want to laugh a lot. Yeah. Yeah. Let her wash out. Yeah, Truman. I that's basically what fine. That's basically every comment. I was like, yeah, let her take a test. Go ahead. Let her test in. See how she does. And if she's in. Rock on. Good for you. Everybody together on your first show, and we all toast. Oh, let's do it. We might do it on maybe first show on location somewhere. Yeah. All right. I will reach out to Rob accordingly. This week is shot though, because we're doing the Have a Soup, I think. Plenty of sites getting to find weird news. Oh yeah. Some just hey, you know what I saw the other day, which is interesting. And this is a UK show, and I've seen it before, but I completely forgot about it. There's 2 people at a table and they're drinking, and they'll just say, here's a topic or here's a statement. And they'll push their beer glasses or their pints over to strongly agree, strongly agree, or disagree, strongly disagree. And then they'll go from there. Yeah. This is yes. That's very true. Yeah, you can't. Good God, I can barely track an elk. And that thing's slow and weighs 800 pounds. Yeah. Yes. Okay, good. Yeah, right. But topics like that. Okay, so you guys are down. We'll see if we can make it happen. Thank God I didn't get rid of my Brewman sign. That is seriously the most expensive piece of furniture I have. And it's got like 2,000 bottle caps on it, and those are all represented by a beer. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, so that's what happened over the weekend. So how'd your weekend go? Well, I had my little brother / co-host of years and years and years reach out and say, let's resurrect the Brewmans. And thank God, and you guys got hats. See? Oh, those are collector's items. No longer collector's items. Bring that thing back and do it. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's cool, Grizz. All right, man. Hell yeah. All right. Okay, cool. Yeah. And a puzzle. An art elk puzzle. That's interesting. One of those wood puzzles. Let's get back to this programming that we do here on In Other News. I don't want to get into the egg roll, the egg event, the Easter event at the White House. It was spectacular. It really was. And I'm not doing a Trump impression. It really was. It was everything it should be. Grandpa Trump was Grandpa Trump, and it was awesome. It's fantastic. There's no news about it in the mainstream media because it went well. I do have one that I was going to play a clip, but I promised you guys we'd try to stay away from a lot of that stuff, where he was standing next to an Easter bunny and a person in a bunny costume. And he said, "Remember when Joe did this and the Easter bunny had to cut him off? They're not cutting Trump off." God, I thought that was fantastic. No, it isn't, my brother. It is not. And no, Helton was bought by Oso. Brian sold his brewery and all of the his recipes and all that to Oso. So we'll see what's happening with Oso. And maybe John will let us do it at Oso. And maybe we'll start getting the Brewman's special brews kicked up again. God, we did one. What was the one that was just absolutely crazy? Your peas smelled like pine trees. It was called Hoppy Pinemus. It was seriously a spruce tip IPA for Christmas. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Easter Bunny wasn't needed for the senile president. Although it's right there. But I do want to talk about this because the DNC is quite literally all in, and I mean all in, on the stupidity that lost them the election, thinking that they just stay the course, as intern Nuge would say, Dad, trust the process. They're just trusting a process that is going to bury them forever, ever. You've known that goon for over a decade. All right, yeah, John's a good dude. Anyway. They wanted, the Democrats want to stay the course. Here's how they're staying the course. Jasmine Crockett is quite literally the face of the Democrat Party right now. She's basically the face of the new generation. There's three of them. It is Jasmine Crockett, AOC, and David Hogg. David Hogg, just in case you guys don't understand this, David Hogg is the vice chair of the DNC. I'm not kidding. Yeah, that one. The guy that had no idea whether he was at the school shooting or not. He's a hack. He's an idiot. He's just... but let's get to the DNC. Here's Jasmine Crockett. While Jasmine's saying this, by the way, I want you to look at Reverend Al behind. Reverend Al knows that they're cooked. He knows that the Democrat Party is cooked. Watch his face. He understands politics. He understands tax evasion too, but he understands politics. Look at this.
To know that every day that I walk in those halls, regardless of whatever rhetoric they put out about me, I am a very serious lawmaker. At the same time, if you try me, you will find out. I just want to be clear on that because I am truly a black woman at the same time. So
Look, he knows. Look at his face. He just knows. Or he's got something else on his mind. Anyway, but yes, Jasmine Crockett, I am a real black woman. And none of them tap her on the shoulder and say, do you understand if you keep identifying yourself by the color of your skin, and that is your identity, and that is how you explain to people who you are, you're smacking the work of Dr. Martin Luther King in the face. I am a white man. What? Why? I'm an American man, damn it. Yeah, that was genuine grimace, by the way. That was actually genuine. That was a pelt at one point. Yeah. The race card and expect to care for. Yeah. That's what my favorite line from my favorite comedy show ever, Archer. It's a cartoon. Deal with it. Is it was either that or Arrested Development, which are my two faves. But with Arrested Development, the mother in Arrested Development was the voice of the character that I'm thinking of in Archer. She was the voice actress. And every time somebody said anything about being racist, she'd just say, "Oh, put it back in the deck." But they are all in. Before I get to David Hogg, I want to talk about Jamie Raskin, the fraudster. That is, do you remember when Jamie Raskin made the announcement he's been diagnosed with cancer? Remember that? And immediately started wearing the head rag. Do you remember this? The skull cap, head rag, whatever you call the damn thing. I know something's going to get me in trouble. But they had that. And he had hair. Like he thought, oh, if you're diagnosed with cancer, you have to wear these things. And he just did it for attention. And then all of a sudden, somebody pointed to him and said, dude, you're not going through chemo. Like you have hair. It's sticking out of your cap. And then he just took the thing off for the election. The guy's a fraudster. Literally sending threatening letters and communication out to our allies that if they align with Trump, whether it's tariffs, whether it's pulling out of Ukraine, threatening them when we, the Democrats, are in power, again, we will not forget this. The DNC is like a stupid mob. It's like, I don't even know. Is there a mob movie with stupid mobsters? I think the one Made had Jon Favreau and Vince Vaughn in it. That's stupid gangsters. That's literally what the DNC is. They're stupid gangsters. They run around acting like they have power, but they don't even say they have power. They go, oh, when we have power, you wait. You're going to get yours if you align with the guy we don't like. That's blowing my mind. That should be a cakewalk to get somebody. And by the way, we do need to see some perp walks. I know it's only been a few months. We need to see some perp walks. People need to get arrested. People are being exposed for crimes. They need to be arrested. Period. Yes. Seems like they're doing everything they can to make sure they don't get Derek, exactly. Now, you have Jasmine Crockett up there in a position of prominence. You have AOC running around with Bernie like they're going to actually run for president. You have Hillary, which we'll go to in a minute. You all are doing everything that we said lost you the election. You keep doing it. And you make your vice chair of your national committee. The vice chair is a lying anti-gun piece of garbage. Listen to forget about the words David Hogg has said. Listen to the tone and tenor of this guy. Listen.
There as Democrats all the time and say democracy is the most important thing. We have to defend democracy. We fail to acknowledge that this generation, democracy is what put us through school shooter drills and school shootings. It's what's put us through the climate crisis.
Democracy put us through school shooting drills. Democracy did. This asshat.
and so much more. What we have to do is prove that democracy matters by standing up to the special interests that are killing the American dream and making our young people lose faith, not only in our party, but the future of this country. That is why we're doing this.
For you personally, is this?
Oh, shut up, you turncoat. Yeah, so Gavin started his anti-gun crap again. Oh, hell yeah. Dude, Gavin won't walk away from that. Gavin is the prototype politician. Gavin Newsom is quite literally the prototype politician. They all lie, both parties. Of course they all lie. I do get that. But when you say stupid crap, and again, and Hitler didn't say this. I'm tired of people attributing this to Hitler, that if you make a big enough story up and you tell it time and time again, people are going to believe it's true. That was actually Goebbels that said that. I understand that both parties are shady. It's their politicians. To say crap like democracy is what gave us school shooting drills. What? How does that even make sense? But people will buy it, especially it comes from a good-looking young kid. He's wearing the coat and the shirt like he should to be a cool kid. And he's like, oh my God, this young guy is the co-chair of the DNC. Oh my gosh, we should listen to him. Democracy gave us school shootings and school lockdowns. This is what they put up front. They put up front David Hogue, whatever the hell, how do you pronounce it? And Jasmine Crockett. I mean, they're burying the old farts. I mean, look at this. Okay, so there's I'm going to go back to the crying here. Let me see.
We go out there as
shut up. DNC Vice Chair David Hogue defends $20 million initiative to unseat ineffective incumbent House Democrats. Not only are they doubling down on what got them destroyed in the last election, they are going to primary the people that actually know how to play the game and give them a chance. Essentially, what they're saying is, you aren't Jasmine Crockett crazy. If you're not Jasmine Crockett crazy, if you are not a left-wing progressive lunatic, we are going to spend money to primary you. Damn. I mean, okay, I'm not complaining. Yeah, I'm glad we're not a democracy. So, unbelievable and exciting all at the same time. Truly, truly is. I applaud them for at least sticking to their guns. Did you see this? This is another thing. This is why I want to start. I want to start seeing perp walks here. I really want to start seeing perp walks here. Let's see here. Nope, we're gonna give that in a minute too. We're gonna give that to him in a minute. This is why I want to see perp walks. The Pentagon has been spending over $1 billion of your tax money at casinos and strip clubs. They're quite literally spending money at casinos and strip clubs. I'm going to get to the actual story here with my glasses on and whatnot, because I look so good in my glasses, where you guys can see the light reflection. But yes, and I've completely lost it. Oh, it's on Twitter. Yes, I apologize. Yes. Here we go. It's not on TikTok, Michael. Focus. There we go. Pentagon officials caught using taxpayer-funded credit cards at casinos, bars, and strip clubs. Pentagon officials, nightclubs totaling over $1.3 billion. Scathing new audit from Doge has blown the lid off this jaw-dropping scandal. How about this? $387,642 blown at casinos and mobile app stores. Think slot machines and Candy Crush, courtesy of the taxpayers. $112,484 racked up at bars, lounges, nightclubs, with spikes during the holidays in big games like the Super Bowl. A staggering 3.9 million transactions. 3.9 million transactions worth $1.2 billion left unchecked, and no one bothered to look. The Defense Travel Management Office, DTMO for the cool kids, ignored the red flags, letting high-risk spending slide without saying a word. Hundreds of program coordinators supposed to keep this in check couldn't even bother to log in. This is where I want to see this. But remember back in 2015, right? An audit caught the DOD cardholders dropping cash at casinos and strip clubs. Remember the government, what was it? Management Accountability or something, GMA or something like that? Yeah. I want to see people arrested. I would absolutely love to see people arrested. Fired. Okay, fine, fire them. That's what I want to see. Fire them. Yeah, right. The military, that's what we're keeping America safe, right? Make America safe again. Strip clubs. Strip clubs. The dumbest thing you could possibly do, and I'm sorry if you guys are aficionados of strip clubs. Rob and I can talk about this on the Brewmans. I have no idea why people do that. It makes no sense to me. Just seriously, just throwing out money for what? Nothing? Don't you have the internet? You know? Holy. Yeah, I don't do it. There's a really, really bad one. There are two really bad ones up the road, like strip mall vibe. And that one downtown called Band-Aids. That should be the first thing you do. The minute you see the word Band-Aids, you should just be, that should give you the proper image of what's inside that building. Band-Aids. I think there is. I'm pretty sure that's the name of the place. Let's get to Katie Hobbs, because Katie Hobbs is the worst governor in Arizona state history, which, by the way, there's a long list. It's something we do in Arizona. We have bad governorships is what I'm not governors. We have bad governors. We really do. She is now risen to the top. You ready for this? Oh, Katie. Arizona governor vetoes effort to ban people from using SNAP benefits to buy soda and junk food. RFK Jr. came here and testified. Our Secretary of Health and Human Services came here. Yep. Katie Hobbs, the bill defines soda as a carbonated beverage that contains more than 1 gram of added sugar or any artificial sweetener. Opponents included the Arizona Beverage Association. Are you kidding me? The Arizona Restaurant Association, and the Arizona chapter of National Association of Social Workers. What the? Among others. This is what she said, and I will say it, of course, in her voice. I appreciate your intent to improve the health and outcomes of Arizonans. This will unnecessarily deprive SNAP recipients of their purchasing power and relegates them to a new underclass of grocery shoppers. Now I can read that as not a question. She said it will unnecessarily deprive SNAP recipients of their purchasing power and relegates them to a new underclass of grocery shoppers. Shut the hell up. Literally the worst governor ever. Why do we accept this? How the hell did this happen? Y'all, there was a piece of bipartisan legislation, that said, hey, look, if you need food stamps, rock on. Good for you. We got you. That's who we are as a country. We are the greatest nation in the world. If you fall on hard times, we got you. We are on your side. Got you every time. Each and every time, we got you every time. But when you're on our assistance, we don't want you to get fat and unhealthy, because that causes you to muck up the healthcare system even more so, that we'll most likely have to fund later on. And we just don't want you fat and unhealthy. So if you have SNAP, you can get some chips and all that stuff. You can do that. You just can't get sodas, sugary drinks, or fast food. That should underclass of grocery shoppers. Shut up. God, she's the worst. Yes. Oh, my goodness sakes. Yeah, diabetes. That's what it is. Yeah, she's promoting the next generation. Yeah. Cool. Hey, your mom and dad were having some tough economic times, and that's probably really tough to deal with. Now we're going to let you be a fat kid, too, and see how to go to school and deal with that. Unbelievable. Yeah, she is not at all in for any type of the people's best interest. It's pop. Soda is the stuff that you eat in the fridge. Here we go with this. I remember when we moved here from California and people calling it pop. I was like, what the hell are you talking about? Can I get a pop? I want to go to pop. The hell? What are you talking about? You mean go get a Coke, Sprite, Dr. Pepper? In California, we call it by its name. We don't even call it soda. We don't even call it a soft drink. Call it by its damn name. I still to this day. Queen Bee, can I get a pop? What? Got a Diet Pepsi. Oh, yeah, I got one right here. Come on now. They should be able to. Oh, that's rad right there. Yeah, right there. It should be. Yeah. Yeah, if you were on government assistance, it'd be like free gym memberships. Go. Hard time if you're a minority with kids. Single white guys can't get it. Yeah, it's true. I tried and I was told take a walk. It's about to curb. Yeah, dude, Alfred. Yeah. Lynn, not to put too fine a point on it. Not to put too fine. My man. Chris, I'm fat and I'm against it. My dad bod doesn't want anything to do with that. Oh, my goodness. Pop is a Midwest thing. Pop was here. People were saying pop here. People say pop here in Arizona. I just never could get my head around it. I really could. Yeah. So anyway, she's an idiot. And let's get to this MS-13 gangbanger in El Salvador that is being treated as a hero. I'm going to do one of those things too. I'm going to do it again. AZ family 3 and 5. Y'all can just eat a bag. Y'all are dead to me. Dead to me. They are jumping on this bandwagon. And I've been on these channels. Beans has been on these channels. I like the people there. I saw this and I'm like, there's no way in hell that I'm reading this on 3 and 5 on AZ family. There's just no way. Let's share the screen. It is right up top and share. Okay. Arizona Congresswoman arrives in El Salvador to visit man mistakenly deported. This is the dumbest crap I've heard in a hot minute. Group of U.S. Congress members, including 2 from Arizona, has arrived in El Salvador to visit a man who was wrongly deported to an El Salvador prison in March. No, he was not. 100% was not mistaken. Pam Bondi has said, Kilmar Abrego Garcia is not coming back to our country, despite the U.S. Supreme Court ruling that the administration must facilitate his release. That's fine. Facilitate his release then. What you can't force another country. You can't force another country to do that. The president of El Salvador said, I'm not letting him go. I think that's Rob's buddy. Representative Yasmin Ansari, maybe. And Robert Garcia, Maxwell Frost, and Maxine Dexter took a trip to El Salvador on taxpayer dime. On taxpayer dime to go get the Graham post. Oh. Okay. So let's just get to it here because this is important. Did you see his wife? By the way, his wife who filed restraining orders against him sent him to court for beating her. Started a GoFundMe site. I wonder why. The picture she has on the GoFundMe site, he has his arms around her from behind. She put 2 emoji hearts over his hand that has MS-13 tattooed on it. Because he's not a member of MS-13. The guy has deportation orders. If they were to bring, because this is the stupidity of it all and the theater of it all, the man has deportation orders. If we bring him back, he'll be immediately deported to another country. Period. And I'm sick of people saying, oh, he's had no due process. Y'all know me. Because if I say anything needs to happen without due process, Rob actually understands. He's not even watching the show. He just gets a spidey sense. He will drive to my house, smack me, and drive back. The man had due process. There are 2 court orders against him. 2 courts said you need to go. So he was sent to where? Oh, El Salvador. Why was he sent to El Salvador? Because he's a freaking El Salvadorian. That's where his citizenship is. I'm gonna let a wiser man say exactly what I just said here. So let me get to my man Sky here.
Posted a picture of him sitting with Abrego Garcia at a table.
Look at that. They're having margaritas. They're enjoying. They're playing Yahtzee, whatever the hell they're doing.
Pictures tonight, and I think, boy, the party of women is really covering itself in glory tonight. I mean, I don't understand why the American left falls in love with the worst people. You've got a gang-banging, human trafficking, wife-beating, illegal alien.
Truth.
And a United States senator in a ludicrous display of energy is in El Salvador having Mai Tais and Yahtzee. I do not get it. I do not understand why the left takes on the heroes.
Her brain is exploding right now. Her brain, she has nothing. She just got, all she does is make snarky facial expressions. That's it, because he's right in what he's saying.
I don't get it. I think he has an adjudicated deportation order.
He does.
You have Democrat public officials falling all over themselves trying to get him back here without thinking through the next step, which is he's literally going to be deported somewhere else.
Yes.
But he did have due process.
That's right, girl.
Everything we know about him is documented because he did go through the court systems. He was stopped for trafficking. His wife did file these domestic violence.
Again, now her head is exploding on the left. Now she has no idea what to do. She's like, okay, because both of these 2 individuals are correct. And they do not want the facts to get in the way of their ideologies.
Violence charges against him. He was arrested with MS-13 members with a roll of cash that had the eyes and the ears and the mouths of the presidents erased, which is an MS-13 markings. This is all non-disputed.
Average American looking at this case, a lot of conflicting information. Okay, I believe some, I don't believe. An illegal alien came here in 2011, and somehow in 2025, he's still here? After having been through the court system, after having been arrested with lots of people in his car, after having all this evidence,
deport him?
He just did, and now everybody's mad about it. How did an illegal alien take advantage of our
now it's Donald Trump's fault? Well, why didn't he deport him then? Son of a
system for 14
Why
years?
didn't Donald Trump deport him?
That's again, that's all they have is that lame ass excuse. Nancy, wouldn't doubt that. Let me I'll put this way. Hillary Clinton is waiting. Hillary Clinton. Speaking of criminals, career criminals. And by the way, evidence is there's a witness that has completely turned on Clinton, worked with Clinton, said that she 100% knew the dossier was created and faked. Everything was fake about it. All she wanted to do was get it in the news for the win. She knew it was fake. Here we go. Before the election, I warned that there is no safe haven under authoritarianism. You should know, sister. If they can ship this guy out to a foreign prison accused of no crime, that's not true, with no trial, not true, they can do it to anyone. Americans of conscience must stand against this now. That's old Hills. God, she's an idiot. So she is one of the worst things to ever happen to the United States of America, period, full stop. She is literally one of the worst things to happen to America. She has enriched herself on our dime. She has enriched her daughter on our dime. She has gotten away with some of the most heinous things in our country. And here she is talking about Donald Trump being authoritarian, lying and saying that Garcia didn't get a trial. He had a trial. Send him home. He has a standing deportation order. What the hell? That's why the president of El Salvador, which, by the way, I'll admit it, dude, I'm man crushing on that guy like crazy. That dude is a badass. I love him. Here's the gig. He said, I can't smuggle. He has a standing deportation order. I would have to smuggle him into the United States. I'm not going to smuggle an El Salvadorian citizen into the United States. It's not going to happen. I don't care how many local Arizona Congress people you send down there on a taxpayer dime. This is all funded by us. And they're down there just for the social media hits, pining their own base. I don't know what the snook rumor is, buddy. Well, I have no idea what that is. Yeah. Dude, this is yeah, exactly. How many, Derek, how many are they going to have to? But the Democrats, they see a man who has been arrested several times for beating his wife, has been involved in human smuggling, is a member of what we have now designated in this, whether you agree with it or not, a terrorist organization in MS-13. And the Democrats are fawning all over him, calling him a Maryland man, mistakenly deported. No. I actually back Donald Trump on this one. I know we don't talk a lot about Trump. We shouldn't talk about Trump. But I agree with him here. Why don't you just ask, why aren't you thank you so much for making America so much safer again by deporting tens of thousands of criminals, like real criminals. Not just I jumped across the border and I broke the law criminal. I'm talking about real criminals. The bad hombres, the corn pops, if you will. Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen. Oh, see, that'll do it right there. Boom, he's trans now. Sorry, I'm not the same guy. I'm not, what is it? I'm not, what's the name? Kilmar. I'm not Kilmar. I'm Gilmar now. I mean, I'm Gilmar Abrego Garcia. He would be a darling of the left if that were the thing. Yeah, he would definitely be a darling of the left. My goodness sakes. All right, in case y'all just join us a little bit late. Rob asked me on my birthday if we would spark the bromance up again. So I think we're gonna. That's going to be. I think that's going to be what we do, but we got to do it quick. I don't want to start any projects anymore. I don't want any more things slowing me down. So if we got to do it, we got to do it quick. We got to get it up and running and make it so, Joe. That's what we got to do. Put some money behind it and give it a whirl. So I know y'all come with us. I know y'all come with us. So maybe we'll do like a once a week kind of thing. Maybe do it probably hopefully once a week kind of thing. And just do a 1-2 hour show and see where it goes. All right, guys. Let's do this again mañana, shall we? I am getting out here and continuing the moves to get ready for Havasu pie. So I'm gonna go dehydrate soup. Yeah. All right, guys. We'll see you tomorrow right here on In Other News. Have a great rest of